Welcome to this ultra-modern tiny house in the middle of the Swiss Alps. You'll love both the optimized space and minimalist design.
So I currently am on a chairlift. This is the only way to get to the cabin. And it is so scary. I really hope I don't drop my camera. So now I have to walk to the tiny house. Around 20 minutes. Everyone is wearing snowshoes and skis. Mine are waiting for me in the tiny house. So it's gonna be a workout. We are arriving at the village where the tiny house is. After falling in front of tens of people.
Now I'm outside of the tiny house and I'm gonna give you a quick tour because it's freezing outside. The tiny house is made of light colored wood to blend in with the environment. It is also perfectly adapted to the crazy snowfall you can see around this area. It has a steeper roof, unlike a lot of tiny houses, to evacuate the snow, and a tinier roof above the entrance to protect you from falling snow. And of course the owners have left a shovel, as sometimes it's even hard to access the main path. Oh, and one funny thing, the tiny house is actually elevated. This thing over here is usually a staircase in summer, so there is really a lot of snow. This house is part of a project by a Swiss company to test new technologies inside the house, as you'll see after. This means it's not yet available for sale, so this is a never-seen-before tiny house. So I'm super excited to see what's inside. And you can enter the house directly with a code sent to your phone, so let's do it. Oh, I almost fell again. Wow, this is very cute. Before I show you the rest of the house, let me take out my coat and drink some coffee, as it was a crazy adventure. And the owner left us some snowshoes that I will definitely use whenever I move around in the village. This tiny house is really tiny at only 10 square meters, aka 110 square feet. As I'll be showing you in a minute, it is totally transformable. So in the same tiny room, you have everything you need, from a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, and of course all that topped by the wonderful view that's behind me. As I really need a coffee to feel better from falling in front of people, let's check out the kitchen first. And here I am, I have my coffee. I'm ready to relax, checking out the wonderful view. This is truly a coffee with a view. We actually are in the middle of the Swiss Alps at 1,300 meters above sea level. This is around 4,300 feet, so it is pretty high. Additionally, there was a snowstorm yesterday, so the snowfall has been pretty good. And I'm very happy to be inside and see that while being warm. So to come here, I had to take a chairlift, and there is no other way out. You either need to hike down or drive in the snow, which is really hard if you're not really used to it. And I grew up in the south of France, so I have not seen that much snow in ages. But the location and the view is not the only cool thing about this tiny house. As I take you around throughout the house, you'll see that we are actually in a smart house. We'll see what that means in a bit. Now I have fully recovered, so let me take you on the tour, starting with the dining room. The dining room is actually really cool because of this really nice view. You can eat watching the beautiful mountain view. It is also a super functional space with a wooden table that fits perfectly under the window. This is the perfect size for two people, as you also have two wooden stools. A very appreciated coffee machine with all types of coffee pots. And behind me are all types of utensils and condiments you might need during your stay, as well as a very cute decorative plant. Behind me we have the bathroom. We will explore that in a minute, but let me show you the kitchen. The kitchen is very beautiful and modern and has everything you need in a tiny house. You have a tiny sink, an induction stove, and plenty of storage space. You also have everything you need for two people, with plenty of cups, glasses, and plates. And over here you have a massive fridge that has some giant iPad looking thing on it. Oh, very cute. So you can leave little notes to people. You also can control the temperature of the fridge. And you have a few different apps that you can use to control the house and the fridge. Everything here can be controlled with a computer. More on that later. The owners also leave you with everything you need to be fully independent here, including a baby Swiss knife, which is super cute. And over here you have even more storage space with pots and pans, a kettle, and even a raclette making device. Under the sink you have all the space you need for trash and ecological cleaning products. And before I show you the living room and the very surprising bedroom, let me show you the bathroom. The bathroom is really tiny, so it saves a lot of space. You have a tiny sink with a bit of storage space, a toilet, a shower complete with soap, and a very cool mirror with a ring light. Here as well, everything is optimized from this tiny towel rack over here to the storage space under the sink. And now let's move on to the living room. The living room is really nice and cozy, and I really like its vibe. You have a very comfy couch in which you can sit down and look at the view, complete with two blankets and two very fluffy pillows. You also have additional storage space right next to the couch, a tiny stool which you can also use as a table. As the space is fully transformable, you also have these two lounge chairs and this tiny coffee table, and a few shelves with a
few interesting amenities. Let me show you. Over here you have an iPad that controls pretty much everything in the house. From that speaker over here, which is directly connected to the host Spotify account, to all the lights, the temperature, and even the roll-down shades. This tiny house has very big windows that are turned towards the mountain, but when you want some privacy, there is a really cool feature you can use. You also could control all these things with your voice, but I unfortunately don't speak German. I also love how beautiful and functional everything is. From this really cute gallery wall behind me that hides something, to this frame over there that's actually a heater, or even the very cute decor elements on these beautiful shelves. But I feel you don't need much in that house, as I believe my main activity will be just looking outside. As you've probably noticed, something is missing in the tiny house. We have not seen the bedroom yet, and it's because the bed is actually hidden. Over there, behind the gallery wall, we have a Murphy bed. So this is why you have these railings, this handle, and this thing over here. So let's try to open it. And here I am on the bed. So as you can see, pulling out the bed totally transforms the tiny house into a tiny bedroom. And the bed is very comfy, with an extra thick mattress, 2 pillows, and 2 big cozy blankets. Can't wait to try it tonight. Also feels pretty safe if, like me, you're always scared of falling from a higher bed, as it has a protective railing. And the bed is actually quite big for such a tiny house. In terms of size, I have to say it's a bit smaller than me, but still pretty big and can fit 2 people.
Wow, I'm impressed at how transformable the house is. It feels like an actual bedroom when the bed is down, and you don't even notice it's not a living room when the bed is up. And overall, what I feel is really cool about this house is you're getting a super high-tech, super modern, comfy, and optimized experience right in the middle of the mountains, with a lot of hiking trails right outside of the house. So now I'm warm enough to go outside again. So let's go explore. While I snowshoe in the Alps, let me tell you how I'd rate my experience. The vibe is really magical, with beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows, with a view on the snowy Swiss Alps. You can feel like you're exploring the mountains while staying warm inside. The windows also bring in plenty of natural light. I love the design of the house, with a beautiful wood finish that blends into the landscape and also makes for a minimalist interior with Scandinavian vibes. I'm really blown away by the indoor-outdoor experience and the incredible location. 10 out of 10. Everything in this house is optimized for an easy experience. The ceiling height that gives a feeling of spaciousness, the strategically placed lights around the house, and even the blinds for optimal privacy. Plus, I really like the smart home features, as it makes it easier to manage the house when you're away. Like, you want to crank the heat up after skiing all day? You can do that from the chairlift back home. 10 out of 10 for function here too. And also another thing I want to insist on here is the location. One thing I love about Switzerland is how well connected tiny remote villages like this one are. This makes for a perfect spot for a mountain cabin, or maybe even to live in full time. Okay, now I'm back from my small hike. It's getting late, so let's watch the sunset over the beautiful Swiss Alps together. My plan for tonight is in front of a movie and relax. I'll leave you there. Bye for now.